Hey everyone, it's me Curtis. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. As you guys can tell from the title of today's video, and if you are a returning subscriber, you will know that I have been gone for a decent amount of time without really any notice. So that's why I wanted to come back today to kind of get back in the swing of things just a little bit. Let you guys know where I've been, what I've been up to, as well as giving you guys some updates about the pets and how they are all doing. So really quick, before we actually jump into things, this is not the first time that I am filming this video. Actually, yesterday I had filmed, edited, and processed this video all in one, so it took like literally my whole day. But by the time it actually processed, I realized that my face is super overexposed, so I hope I don't have the same problem this time. I turned my ring light down a little bit, and I just hope I don't look like Casper the Ghost. So the first question that obviously most of you guys are wondering is, where have I been? For 5 weeks of my summer, from the beginning of July to the beginning of August, I was away at my university because, as many of you guys know, I did graduate high school back in June of this year. Being said, the university that I did end up selecting to go to, I was admitted through a 5-week program that would pretty much allow me to get accustomed to the campus and college life in advance before all of the other freshmen. So I was required to take 2 rigorous classes during this 5-week span, as well as other things that were just mandated into my schedule that I had to attend. Without going super into detail, there was really no time for me to do anything but pick up a textbook or do homework. I couldn't respond to comments. I even had bought my camera with me to school, because like maybe I would have loved to go into the mindset with that, I'll be able to film a video for you guys. Absolutely impossible. Every second of my time was eaten up by studying, being in the library, or doing something else that pertained to the program. As I mentioned, I couldn't even respond to comments, so I felt really bad, and I just couldn't wait to get back home to at least film a couple more videos for you guys before the academic year starts in less than 2 weeks. I'm going to stop myself there, and that's all I'm going to say about where I've been. I was 5 weeks away at university, where I pretty much did not have any opportunity to go online or anything. So that's why I am back. I've been back now for less than a week, and I just wanted to get this update video guys out to you guys so you know where I have been. Another thing I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering, and some people actually did ask me, is who is taking care of all of my animals. So to keep it short and sweet, my 3 sisters are actually taking care of my animals. One of them is really good with the animals. She's been taking care of them with me for the last few years, and obviously there's no way I can own all of these animals and have my family be not knowledgeable at all as to how to care for them. So that was really definitely helpful, because I would get updates on them and hear things about them even while I was away. In order to assure that my pets were being taken care of the right way, since I wouldn't be able to be on the phone 24/7 answering questions, I actually created a care handbook, very organized, with pretty much all the pet care that a secondary person's perspective would need to know to be able to help my animals thrive. On the inside, it literally has feeding, care schedules, and logs for when you write down once you feed the animal, and then the actual book starts right here. There's pictures in here, there's everything that pretty much they would need in order to care for the animals. So I'm definitely glad that I did decide to make this, because this helped me not have to be on the phone 24/7, like I mentioned, answering questions as to how to care for my animals. Now, during the 5-week program, I was able to come home twice, because I haven't mentioned this, but my university is not up the street from my house. It is over an hour away, so obviously I couldn't just come here whenever I wanted. So I was able to come home for 2 really brief weekends. And unfortunately, the first weekend that I did come home, here's the update section of the video, I did find that Willow and Camellia, my 2 eldest mice, had unfortunately both passed away. If you guys are familiar with my channel, you know that Willow and Camellia have both been really 2 popular faces here. They had really bright energy, and they were always featured in my mouse videos especially. They were the first 2 mice that I got that weren't actually white albino mice, so they are really definitely 2 special mice. Camellia is my first multicolored mouse ever, and Willow was my first long-haired mouse ever. Now, I'm going to try not to talk too much about the way they passed away, because the truth is I don't know. By the time I got here, my sisters had already moved the mice from the cage, which they should have done, and obviously the cage was moved around and everything, so I couldn't necessarily investigate, if you will, as to how I think or what I think they passed away from. But it was just kind of odd, because they did pass away at the same time in the same place. in the same part of the cage, obviously, so it was definitely a little weird to me, and I wish I knew a little bit more about the situation, but unfortunately at this time I do not. If I do find anything else out, I will definitely let you guys know, but I really don't want to sit here and elaborate on something that I don't know much about, so I'm just going to leave it at that. It was really sad because obviously, like I mentioned, they were two very, very special mice, and now I am left with Iris, Petunia, and Primrose, which are my last 3 mice remaining. No, I'm not looking for mice right now at the moment, and I will get a little bit more into that in just a second after I explain what I found the final time that I did come home. So, after the second weekend, I had finally obviously come home the last time to bring my stuff back in and move back into my house. I was doing a check over all of my animals because that's like the first thing I always do whenever I come back, and I instantly noticed that another one of my mice, Primrose, did have a lump on the side of her body. Again, I'm going to try and not get too much into this because this is not the first time that I'm dealing with this. This is a reoccurring rodeo, and if you guys are familiar with my channel, you know that this is not the first time that, again, like I'm saying, that I'm dealing with tumors in mice. I kind of cut the section out of the video that I talked about the first time around, but Camellia actually did have 2 tumors within her life. She had a really bad wound, and she was having a really, really rough time at the beginning of this year. I didn't think she was going to survive, but she made a total comeback, and she was pretty much fully recovered, so I was really happy and proud, and I was a little bit disappointed that I didn't even find out like why she ended up passing away after all that she did endure. Like I said, Primrose does have a tumor on the side of her body. I don't know how long she has with it. I'm not going to be doing any surgery or anything. I'm going to try and make sure she's as comfortable as she is. It's not hindering her from getting anywhere. So at this point in time, I think she's doing perfectly well. It doesn't look like it's causing her any pain. And like I mentioned, she's acting perfectly fine all otherwise. Getting back into getting more mice in the future, I don't think that I'm going to be rescuing many more mice from chain pet stores or even purchasing from like more local pet stores in the future for a couple different reasons. Obviously, I know first off that these genetics are not the mice's fault. Like, the mice are not born into this world asking to be prone to tumors and shorter lifespans. However, I think as a mouse owner and like a dedicated mouse owner, I would like to know what it's like to have more of a well-bred mouse and just kind of have that whole experience of a mouse that will live the full potential of its life, possibly without a tumor due to bad genetics and just misbreeding. I think the reason why I haven't done so already is because I'm not familiar with really too many breeders in my area, or actually any, that do breed mice, so it will be a little bit difficult for me to be able to find a mouse breeder near me, but I'm definitely going to be searching, maybe even like Facebook groups and things like that for anyone who does maybe breed mice, even like just individually. They don't have to be professional, but as long as they're ethical and they have good intentions and they know what they're doing and they're educated, I would like to try supporting more of these places, because at this point it's more of just like a vicious cycle where I get a mouse, they live a couple months perfectly fine, and then a few months after that they get a tumor. Primrose, I haven't mentioned yet, but she actually is my youngest mouse, and so therefore it was kind of shocking to see that she was the mouse that did get the tumor. But regardless, age really has nothing to do with it. Mice can get tumors very, very, very early on or extremely late, so it all depends just on the mouse. But without going on too long about this, I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that in the future I'm going to try and find some type of breeder or local breeder or something. Please do not get this confused with anything that I stand by, or I don't mean to discourage you guys in any way. I still support adopting any animal 100%, and myself, I still will continue to do this in the future. However, I just want to look out and branch out and kind of see if there's any breeders that I could get mice from, because unfortunately they are just that type of animal where if you don't get them from a breeder, there's a lot of health risks associated with them. So with all that out of the way, I hope that made a little bit of sense at least. I just wanted to lastly touch on my shop. As you guys know, I have an Etsy shop where I create pet supplies for rodents, reptiles, birds, dogs, and more, which is run through Etsy. It's literally just called Curtis Lasane, and that has probably been the one thing that has never really stopped. Even when I take breaks from YouTube, my shop is still up and running because I really, really love the idea of my shop. I love the support that I've been getting from it. So I really want to thank you guys for that. Actually, my lizard leash is an Etsy bestseller, so I really, really want to thank you guys for that, of course. And if you noticed, I have actually deactivated and removed a lot of my listings except 2. By the time the fall semester starts for college, I will probably only have my lizard leash up and running, because I will be operating my business from my dorm. So if anyone from my college is watching this, you didn't just hear that. However, I do really want to keep the leashes coming for you guys. I actually just did a restock, so all the leashes and all the colors are available now. So the link to that is in the description of today's video. So if you guys would like more post pictures and updates about my pets before they hit my YouTube channel, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which are just at Curtis Lasane, just like my channel name. I also run an Etsy shop, as I mentioned, where I make pet supplies for rodents, reptiles, birds, dogs, and more. So if you want to check that out, the link to that is always in the description of all of my videos. If you click on over here, you can watch my last video that I uploaded and subscribe with the little button below. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video and for all your continuous support, and I hope to see you all in the next one.